Welcome to yoga. Hi. So my name is Kristen. Here we are again. Thanks for sharing time with me. So what I would like to do in this yoga practice is move into an intention of the heart a little bit. So it's, what I've been thinking about this week, being that it's February and moving towards Valentine's Day. So yeah, that can be whatever you want today, whatever you need it to be. So you might take my ideas or just kind of go with your own ideas on this. But with the practice, what I'm going to be doing is opening through the shoulders and the chest space. And also some poses that are bowing down, like a dolphin pose and maybe another idea. We'll see what happens. And so taking that with you. So I want to start off by reading a little quote to you. And if you are in my class, you maybe read this quote about the intelligence of the heart. It's a small quote that I put in my journal once upon a time, and that I came across, and I've just been thinking about and wanted to share with you. So take what you want from it. So let me read that to you. The intelligence of the heart creates poetry in your life, gives a dance to your step, makes your life a joy, a celebration, a festivity, a laughter. It gives you a sense of humor. It makes you capable of love, of sharing. That is true life. And this is just a small piece of his writing. This is Osho, and it's called The Poetry of the Heart. So if you want to look it up, I suggest you do. It's this longer piece, and it compares the intelligence of the heart with the intelligence of the mind or the brain. So I enjoyed reading it, and that's my little piece that I took from it to share with you today. So if that resonates with you at all, if you want to bring that feeling into your practice, please do. Or it might simply be the physical awareness of getting the shoulders back, of opening your chest, which I'll encourage today as we move through a variety of poses. So thank you so much. So what I have is my yoga mats. I have 2 of them, and I do set them up sideways. I just want to tell you and remind you that I do that. I do that because I want to turn my body so you can see better what I'm doing. Okay, you can be set up probably towards me if you want, and just be doing the whole thing facing me. But I will flip my body a couple times forward to side just to show you better certain things. And so that's what I'm doing. You have enough padding because you'll be on your knees a little bit. Make sure you're happy with that. In the beginning, we'll be in seated. And so I have the pillow here for comfort, and that's all that I have. I also have a little drink nearby if you need a little something to have with you. All right, so we're just going to warm up a little bit. I'm going to shift the pillow out from underneath my hips and bring my feet into butterfly for a moment, and just use that to open up the hips. Inhaling up, exhaling, reaching it forward. And one more time, lifting up and reaching it forward. Okay. And the little movement I want to do to warm up the legs will be the windshield wipers. So I take the feet about hip-width apart. You'll start to see as you're with me that there are moves that I love and that I tend to repeat. This is a move that I came across at one point, and it's really hard for me not to do this move at some point. Sweet little twist, a little warm-up. So in a moment here, we're going to move back to seated, a comfortable seat where you can sit very tall. So whatever your legs need to be, whatever position they need to be in order to create a tall spine. So feel free to have your legs out in front or in butterfly or whatever you need. So take your arms out for a moment and stretch through the shoulders. And take a deep breath in this very tall, lifted body. Try to get the shoulders back and opening the space. Now for a moment, I want us to touch into our deeper breathing. So what you might do is either bring your attention or your hands to your lower breath. And see if you can take your breath down low and feel that below your fingers. Nice. Still sitting tall, take the arms out. And then back, turn the palms towards me, and wiggle the fingers a little bit. Deep breath. Just a moment, stay with that. And here we go. Inhale it up. And then exhale it down. Nice, 2 more of those. Reaching for the sky. Inhale and reach. Exhale back and really open through the shoulders. Nice. 1 more of those. Inhale up. And exhale it down. Nice. Hands to heart. Inhale, open right here. Exhale, open in your back. 2 more of those. Really open back. And exhale it forward. And then 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Nice. Now settling into the center, sitting tall, let your hands kind of settle into your lap. And your head relaxes down. And we can roll into the neck. So let your head drop. And inhale up to one side. And exhale it down. Inhale up. Exhale, roll it on down. Let's do that again. Inhale, rolling through. Exhale. Inhale up. And exhale. So let your head just settle down the center. And lift it up from there. Nice. Take your hands out again. We're going to move into our side bends, but first reaching up to the sky, inhale it up, and exhale over to one side. Slow, sweet and slow, reach long. When your breath is ready, inhale, lift up, and exhale it over. And again, inhale up, exhale over. Inhale. And exhale. And we're going to head back to that first side again. Inhale up. And exhale. Now on this side we're going to go into the curl and sweep. So what you do is you inhale, lift up. And exhale, you curl it forwards. You tuck. Make an offering here. And then slowly sweep it back. Inhale. And then let's do it again. Exhale it through. And then inhale, open it back. And exhale, center it out. So one more side, take it on over. Inhale up. Exhale, curl. And inhale, open it up. Nice. Keep moving through. We have 2 more times. Exhale, curl. Inhale, open. And exhale through. Inhale, open it up. And then center out. Perfect. So what we're going to do now is move into the spine. We can open the heart a little bit there too. So what you're going to do for a second is use the butterfly legs, have the feet a little bit out from your body, and just begin to curl your spine here back, and then lift with your ankles and draw yourself forward and tall. So one more time like that. Curl and lift. Inhale. Ooh, curl back one more time. Exhale. And then pulling yourself tall. So now you're going to switch your body around. You could just be facing me. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see my hands and knees a little better, my little tabletop position. Okay, your toes can be tucked or pointed, whatever you feel like. Elbows are slightly bent. And you start to move into your spine, releasing down, open the heart forward. And then exhale, this is where you curl and you tuck and you look within. So inhaling it forward, opening forward. And then exhale, curl it up. So just keep with this smooth move. Take your time. Are your knees comfortable? Do you need to pad them up more? Deep breath. And just allow this movement to wake up your your spine, open your heart, take care of your hips a little bit. Continue with that, a couple more. And now centering it out, let's go into the dolphin pose today. So I'm going to come off of my hands and put my elbows down in that spot. And I tuck my elbows right in underneath the shoulders. So notice that they're kind of hugging in. Okay, and then you could interlace your fingers. They could also stay like that. So I'm going to interlace my fingers, connect my hands, and then lift up into downward dog legs. So dolphin right here. Let your head drop through and take a deep breath here. Deep breath. You can feel down in your heels, stretch it out. Keeping that a little longer, lift one heel and then the other, just alternating. Stretching through the calves a touch. Perfect. Balance that out and drop your knees down. And body lifts up. We're going to come into a lunge now on each side. I'm going to turn towards you for this particular one. So what you're going to do is bring your right knee through, right leg through, far enough. Yeah, and get that long space between the two. So what I want to think about in our lunges today is that if you can do them, you want to feel them in a way where you're, I didn't mean to say if you can do them, that wasn't my intention to say that. But I want you to practice with your shoulders back and your chest open. Whether you decide to be up here, okay, whether you want to have some blocks here or some boxes or anything that might help you to lift you up, or if you can practice down here and use your fingertips to open your chest forward. Okay, so this is kind of where you're going towards, what you're working towards, but I want you to find a place where you're not curled into your lunge. You know what I'm saying? So that also another thing that helps that is the length. Okay, how far back do you have your knee? How far forward you have this foot? Good. Holding that a moment. Nice, sweet, deep breath. And everyone, if you will, we're going to come on up here. Maybe you're already up here, and that's totally awesome. And I lift up into it. How's your knee? That back knee. Does it need extra padding? Okay. Anytime. Hesitate, pause video, fix it up for you. I'm going to lower down now and take on the idea now of lifting the back knee. Okay? And I want to practice. Here's a little challenge. You can also be up higher and be waiting like I'm not quite there yet. But what we're going to practice is strong through the back thigh. And I want to lift up just a little bit. So what about right here? Okay, so opening heart forward, strong legs. And so yes, this is working out the legs, definitely. Nice. And now everybody, I'm going to bring the hands up and shift the body tall. Pull in. Deep breath. It might be up here. Might be here. Coming back down, I put this hand to the inside. And the hand on the leg is going to start to rotate your waist and your chest. And you lift up to the sky. Fingers are free, just kind of wiggle them a little bit. Feel the strong hand on the ground and open your heart through that. Deep breath. So now this arm reaching up in the air, you're going to circle it back, really big circle, sweep it around. Bring it forward, full circle, and all the way to the top again. And then slowly bring it down. Good. And so now I tuck and I take that leg back and begin to move into your second side. And thinking into your lunge with care, so you are learning what is best for you. And where is the place that you can have the most open shoulders, open chest. practice though, fingertips, can you find it here, opening forward. I'm gonna have everybody lift up for a moment onto the leg, tuck through the tailbone area, pull in your beautiful core right there, deep breath, that deep strength you have within. Okay, and then down, nice. And then the back knee lifts up, stronger here, good. So now I start to ease on back, in balance up into the crescent legs. Deep breath. Lowering down, I bring this hand to the inside. Use this hand on the leg to start to rotate. Open your waist, and then open through your shoulder, your heart, your chest. Reach up to the sky. Your legs are beautiful, strong, active. Deep breath. Wiggle your fingers a little bit. And then what about rotating the arms? Sweep it back, big circle all the way around. Inhale up. And exhale down. Okay. And then tap and take it back. Yeah. So we're going to move towards our little back bend. So I'm going to turn sideways so you can see my body better. So for a moment, let's do an active child's pose. And I'm going to move into a little plank with the knees down. So you are welcome to practice your plank with knees up. There's Maisie, hello. And you're going to shift your hips forward, strong through your core. So we're going to lower down to our stomach, and the practice is to get your chest down before your hips. So that's a little practice. We're just going to take a moment with that today, not a long time. Okay, so I pull in the core a little bit. You can watch. I'm going to do it 2 times. Lower my chest down first. Hips are slightly lifted. And I press that one back up. And we could do that again together if you wish. Pulling up through the core, lowering down, chest first, and then the hips join. So now I come all the way down to the ground. And I want to create a very long body, so my arms are going to reach. My legs are going to reach, finding Superwoman, Superman. Rocking the hips, another good idea. So now the arms come back and we move into this little Sphinx pose. So my forearms are down and I use the muscles in these arms and hands to try to pull my body through like it's going to go somewhere. So lifting up into a little back bend. Deep breath there. Nice. Now I want to practice contracting the core. Okay? So what if you stay in this little back bend and you tuck a little bit like this and you drop through your core and your head drops down. So it comes into a bow like this. So you have that strong core. And usually it helps to use an exhale. It's like this. Inhale and exhale. And then see if you can keep that strength. So it's kind of lifted and then back bend. That's going to protect your lower back when you use back bends. I'm very dedicated to that idea. So I want to practice the cobra with you, a little more lift. This Sphinx is always an option, anytime you like, anytime you want. So I'm going to lower down and shift my hands back to the shoulders or even further back. See how far mine are? Contract the core in. So before I even lift, I started pulling up in here. And then I'm going to inhale, roll the shoulders up. And exhale, drawing your body through. And then lower that down. The next time we're going to fold back into child's pose. So inhale, lift up, little back bend. Exhale, back, and then my knees kind of shift forward. And I fold back into a little child's pose moment. Deep breath if you wish. So I want to move through that sweet little sequence one more time. And you can add on to it if you know more, practice more in yoga. You're welcome to be doing full planks, downward dog here if you wish. But I'm going to keep it right like this. I'm going to shift the hips strong through the core. Good. Chest is going to come down before your hips. Same thing with a full plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower down. Bring it down, hips join, stretch long. A little Sphinx moment, drawing forward, lifting strong through the core, lifting through that. Deep breath. And then cobra to child's pose. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, folding it back. Nice. So I want to make our way up to standing for a little bit. We definitely want to do a dancer pose today too. So I'm just going to press my way back and make my way up to standing. You gonna join me? For that, I'm going to shift back here. You could be facing sideways or towards me, whatever you need. The first one is actually going to be a wide stance forward bend. Okay, so you step your feet wide. Take a moment to decide how you want to position yourself, and you want to feel the feet on the ground. Make them beautiful, strong. Have a nice little bend in your knees, and you either have your hands here with the shoulders back and down, this very powerful stance. They can also be here on your thighs. So I'm going to choose this one today and take us into a couple circles. So just knees bent. I'm going to remind you of that. Helps your form. When I say knees bent, it's actually just a slight bend. Everyone can have a slightly different bend. If you're more flexible in your hamstrings, your legs could be straighter as you practice this one. Take it the other way, to the other way. Take a deep, sweet breath. Nice. Okay, so now I want to practice a halfway down forward bend that opens into the shoulders and opens into the back. So I feel the strength of my feet. And I inhale up. Exhale down to the legs. And using those legs, I use them to reach my spine long towards you. Can I turn sideways for a minute? I want to show you. Long, extended spine. So trying your best not to curl your spine. Nice. Again, checking down to those feet, pulling in the core, so you got all those strong foundations helping you out. And then you fly your arms out. So maybe don't keep your eyesight up. When you know what you're doing, look down and get your neck in line, okay? Deep breath here. Feel that foundation through the feet, through the core, and then strong through the shoulders. We got this. I love this one. So I'm going to bend my knees now and just kind of let it go, and then lift up. So now I'm going to fall into a hanging forward bend. And that's totally awesome if you want to do that with me. You can also practice the halfway down. I sometimes do that for myself in order to protect my lower back on certain days. So now if you feel good hanging, join me here. Let your head and neck hang, let it go. So you might nod yes or shake no, so you can release through your neck and bow into this position. Like you could sway a little bit side to side. And now bend your knees, hands to your thighs, and press your way all the way back up. And you bring it on in. And so now we can move into the dancer pose, and that opens up the quadricep and practicing your balance. So what you might do is find a non-moving point on the ground and focus your eyesight, if that helps you out, okay? So if your balance sometimes feels a little tippy, I would say definitely find that point. But also patience and smiling, okay? So I'm going to bring the foot into my hand. It's all good, I promise you. And so now if you want to, begin to press it back and reach it forward into dancer. So your dancer pose is expression. It's open heart, creativity, deep breath. Good. And sometimes that expression is not always happy expression. Sometimes it's negative emotions that need to be released also. Those are real. And then bring that back in. Set your foot down. And we have one more side to do. Take your time. Sometimes it's just nice to feel the balance here. And slowly, opening from heart. Reaching out, pressing back. Deep breath. Bring that back in and set it down. And we're ready to come on down to the ground. And for a moment there, we'll just check back. We'll go back to bound angle pose. And lifting up and reaching your body forward over that. So the two ideas I would love to do on the floor here is the figure four, so opening up the outer hip. Probably balance out what we've done really well. I love balance. So the figure four, a little bit on each side, and then finishing off with a deep twist. To each side, of course. And bringing us down into a small Shavasana today. So the figure four, I'm going to turn my body sideways and choosing a leg to cross over first. I reach through the middle, around the thigh, and roll to my back. And take some time there. Soft breath. Maybe a little movement. A little circle if you wish. So to switch sides, you could roll all the way up, which is kind of cool for the spine, or you could stay on your back. I think today I'm going to choose to just stay here and switch my legs. Second side. Take a moment, feel the difference, and notice what your body is saying to you. So always practicing in yoga in a way that's right for you, the best way for you. And release that down. We're going to move into our one knee twist. So what I do is I take the arms out to the side in a T shape. And the way I go into it is I bend one leg, the other leg is straight. And I use this foot on the floor for a moment because what I want to do is get my hips more underneath me. So I'm lifting that leg and shifting the hips towards you, same direction as that leg, and then I guide the leg across. The foot might stay tucked in, it might end up going to the other side, it depends what you need. And then this arm reaching out, you turn the palm up and it opens the shoulder, chest, heart space. So soften into it, relax into it, and let your body just twist and release. Feel your deep breath, how it moves your body. You could stay there longer. I was going to leave it at that and roll out, center the body, and switch knees. Shifting the hips more underneath me, and then when I go into the twist, I'm more centered under, and I draw that knee across, reaching the other arm out. So I love the twist, how it gets the full body all the way down. I think from the toes all the way to the top. Turn your head a little bit away. Relax, let go, let go. And then rolling out of this twist, you're going to center out and come into a little brief Shavasana time. Okay? So sometimes your knees are bent, if that feels better for your lower back, but usually they're extended out long and the feet fall open. The hips fall open. You might put your hands there briefly and let the hips fall open underneath your hands. And then open the palms up, shoulders back. And your breath is just soft, easy, natural. Let it rise and fall as it does. Let your body sink now into the ground. So you've been using your muscles a bit today. So here's the pose where you do not use your muscles. You relax and release. You gently scan your body, noticing how you can release. Bring your attention into your facial muscles and let go of expression. So smoothing out all through your face, your forehead, the little muscles around your eyes, your cheekbone down into your jaw, just releasing that down. Heavy can you allow your body to get? So it's up to you right now. You could stay as you are. I was just going to make my way up to seated. So I'm moving the fingers and toes a little bit. And then stretching long from fingers all the way down to your toes. Morning stretch of waking up the body a little bit. Staying relaxed as you are though. And then if you want, if you're ready, you bend the knees and end up drawing them into your chest. Hands around, draw them in, release the lower back down to the ground. And then with that curled body, you can use that to either roll to one side and press up that way. It's a really sweet way to lift up. Or you might hold behind your knees and roll yourself up the center. And then if you would stay with me for one more moment, just coming to seated, or if you're still laying down, stay with that. Be happy with that. And I'm just going to bring my palms together for a moment, just to appreciate that you are here with me. Thank you so much. So my heart to your heart, namaste.